The Australia Talk survey has found that just over 60% of Australians would be happier with a better night's rest, and among 18 to 24-year-olds, that proportion jumps to 70%. Here's Amy Reynolds from the Sleep Health Foundation. So, Amy, why do people feel they're not getting enough sleep, especially young people?
Well, there seems to be a lot of different reasons why we're not getting enough sleep, but overall, really, we try to fit so much into every day. We're trying to fit work in, we're often on our phones, and making time for sleep seems to be less of a priority.
Conversely, the survey also found that 2/3 of Australians are getting 8 or more hours of sleep a night. Are you surprised by that?
A little surprised by that number. It's a bit higher than some of our recent population estimates, but we do know it's not just about that hours of sleep. It's about the quality we get and how interrupted or consistent that is too.
Do people often underestimate how much sleep they're getting?
People can underestimate and they can overestimate too. I think people know how much we typically advise to get, so that can influence how people respond as well sometimes.
The vast majority of people believe that technology is having a negative impact on the quality of their sleep. But can technology be used to improve sleep quality?
There certainly are some instances where technology is useful and important for improving sleep. So some of the online services for improving insomnia, for example, but it really depends what you're using that technology for.
And is there a standard amount of sleep that we all need in order to function properly during the day?
Well, the National Sleep Foundation recommends between 7 and 9 hours for an adult, but what we do know is that that really depends on the quality of your sleep and how consistently you get that sleep as well. So that's an important message too.
What about people who say that they only need 4 or 5 hours sleep a night? Are they just showing off?
It's unlikely to be true. It would be very few and far between if that were the case, but it does seem that anything below 7 hours and we start seeing it affecting the way we perform and affecting our health.
So, Amy, are some people just naturally better sleepers than others, even with all the good sleep hygiene habits in place, following all the rules?
We're all really different. So that's one of the things as sleep researchers we know very consistently, everyone is very different. And so to that extent, I guess people sometimes do find sleep more challenging than others, or maybe are more sensitive to things like light and the effect of technology on their sleep too.
And is sleep quality becoming increasingly recognised as being important? Companies are hiring sleep consultants to make sure their workers get a good night's rest.
Absolutely, and we also see that the timing of the day that we get our sleep and how consistently we sleep at those times is really important too. So it's important for our productivity at work, it's important for our health, and it's important for how safe we are to drive to and from work too.
You mentioned health. How does poor sleep affect health?
We see it's not necessarily straight away, and so that can be a bit of a challenging one for public health messages, but over time we do see associations with chronic disease in people who don't get enough sleep, but also people who sleep for really long periods of time too.
Oh, is that right? For long periods of time?
Yeah, they can be associated with weight gain and type 2 diabetes as well.
So what's the advice for a good night's sleep?
Making sure that the bedroom environment is as cool, quiet and fit for sleep as possible. So keeping the tech out of the bedroom wherever you can is a really good starting place.
Did you sleep well last night, Amy?
I did sleep well last night.
You look as if you did, I must say. Amy Reynolds, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to understand how your attitudes and experiences compare to other Australians, visit abc.net.au/AustraliaTalks.